It was 2002, late December. I had stomach pain all morning and it just kept getting worse. Even after seeing a doctor and taking medicine, it felt like the pain and illness were getting worse. I'm usually pretty patient when it comes to pain, suffering, and tough situations. I held out for 10 days, but on the 10th day, I felt really bad and my breath smelled awful. Around 8 p.m., my family rushed me to a specialist's office, but unfortunately, the doctor wasn't there. Because of how serious my condition was, the receptionist called the doctor on his cell phone and got the address of the hospital where he was performing surgery, and we rushed there right away. And after the checkup, they told me I needed surgery ASAP because the infection had spread throughout my intestines and my condition was really serious. They ran some tests and the next morning they took me to the operating room. After they gave me the anesthesia, they told me to start counting. I remember I hadn't even reached 7 when suddenly I found myself floating about 2 meters above the medical staff, my body still in the operating room near the ceiling, standing upright but tilted slightly to the right. I was just hovering there, feeling completely light and calm, with none of that pain or suffering at all. I knew I had left my body and was unconscious, and the real me was the one floating, watching the medical staff and my body lying on the bed. Plus, I was incredibly alert and aware, like someone who'd been amnesic for a while and suddenly got all their memories back. Everything came flooding back to me, and instead of feeling weird, I felt like I knew, understood, and recognized everything. Everything felt so familiar and real, and the more time passed, the clearer my awareness became, and the more I remembered my true self. I was in the operating room for less than a few seconds, but in that time, I gained as much knowledge and awareness as I would in my entire 20-year life, and even the rest of the life I was supposed to live on Earth. Exactly there, in those few seconds in the operating room. The interesting thing was that I wasn't given any new information. It was all just a recall, a review, a quick flashback with myself. I knew who I really was, my true name, which was different from my Earth name, but I've forgotten it now. I knew why I came to Earth, why I chose this body and this name. I chose life and figured out what I'm supposed to do on this Earth and where I'm meant to end up. I totally knew I had a specific mission and plan to follow here, and I was sticking to it step by step. I even knew that this sudden illness and emergency surgery were all part of that set plan, actually kind of like a little break for me. I saw my parents behind the closed doors of the operating room, really anxious and worried. But the crazy thing was, I didn't feel their stress or sadness as pity or concern, because I knew their worry was just part of their own life script, and they were dealing with that part of their journey too. They grow up and follow the plan of their earthly life. At that moment, I fully knew exactly who those two playing my parents in my life script were, and why we had all agreed to play the family role here on Earth, to grow, evolve, and complete our mission together. I knew their real names, their soul personalities, even their soul ages and levels of progression. Because of that, I didn't feel any attachment, dependence, or sorrow toward them at all. In those moments when I was completely conscious and aware outside my body, I knew exactly who I was, where I came from, and why I'm here. Like all the years of my life when I felt like a stranger on this Earth, I was fully aware in those moments that Earth is just a place I came to for a specific, important mission. By completing my mission properly, I'd reach the goal meant for me and God, and I'd soon return to the place I truly belong. I want to share 3 really important and interesting points from my perspective. The first is exactly what I said. I was completely sure of who I am and why I'm here. And I was very happy and satisfied to leave my body because I knew that life's exactly like a non-stop play on stage. No intermission, no breaks. From the moment you're born till you die, you have to keep going without any cuts or pauses, following your own script. I knew that because I saw beyond the body and the veil. I was aware that every illness, every struggle, every night's sleep is actually a huge blessing for us. It gives our soul a temporary rest, and by drifting away from the world for a bit, we get a feeling of freedom and recharge. This was the near-death experience of Mrs.